right, Speed Gaming. How's everyone doing today? I'm so happy to be here for the marathon for the No Kid Hungry organization, and it seems like we're raising a lot. We're still a little bit of ways off from our goal, but we've still got time left in the marathon, time left in the day. If you're on the East Coast, I am playing from Japan. My name is DBcade. I run a lot of fighting games, anime games, and retro games. And today I'm playing a game that actually probably a lot of people around the world know, but it's a little Koei fighting game called Destrega. And Destrega is actually not ironically one of my favorites. I back in the day used to play this game, kind of religiously. Actually go to tournament scenes for it. It's nice that it's had kind of a revival recently. Shout out to Griffey Bones-san over in the States in Pittsburgh, and even in like the leaderboard, we've had infinite drop combos on a lot of like activity in this game recently. And I told everyone, because I hadn't done run for a while, that I was gonna come and I was gonna try and do a leaderboard. Yeah, see, I already knew it. Like Shaman Lu-san just said it. Like I played a lot. Like, yeah, thank you, Final Crash-san, for the good luck. But yeah, like there's just a lot of people who have played this game because it was really easy to find for cheap. It was probably like if you went into like a GameStop or somewhere, it was like $5. It was really cheap. Even over here, it's like 100 yen, 200 yen. There's just so many copies of this game out there still, and that's why the price really hasn't gone up. But I'm going to be playing on the normal difficulty today, and we're going to be doing New Game Plus. I will say this, though. I hope that if you like what you see today, you come and you watch sometime on my channel where we're going to be doing the American version. This is the Japanese version, but I'm going to try and get a hold of the American version for the cutscene percent, because it has some of the goofiest voice acting you've ever heard. For the cutscene percent, but the difference is that in New Game, we will actually be New Game Plus. We will actually be skipping the cutscene. So I'm playing with a save follow. So having said that, let's go to the game. Everything should be default, as you can see. The only thing that impacts story here is the game level, and that's just a show. So if I happen to get a better record that we can submit this, I am the current world record holder. However, Infinite Drop Combo-san, Ammon-san, and 800 Poop Now-san all have the potential to easily bop my time, and they've been bopping my one-player battle and time attack times actually last week. So there are a lot of like really good runners. I'm not going to name everyone, but those are definitely the top three who seem to be gunning for my time. So the time to beat on console, by the way, is 26 minutes and 15, but the run right below that is 26 minutes and 49 seconds. So barely, not even 30 seconds off, really. So it's just, it's intense. So let's have a good time. We use a lot of characters during the run. If you have questions in chat, just let me know. I'm going to try my best to explain. But let's enjoy the story mode. I'll give a little gist in between each fight, but like I said, we're skipping all the cutscenes. So let's go to story, and we'll go to new game. And time is going to start on 3, 2, 1, go. And all you have to do here, I'm playing on the actual hardware on my PS2. You just have to skip start here. You can get slow skips sometimes, and you just have to be careful when you finish the stage to not hit save, and you have to manually select skip stage. And you can skip the fights when you win them. But essentially, Grad here, he was just coming home. He's just doing some errands, and Relics is just the standard soldier in this game. Decided they were going to come in and cause some trouble. Or we're going to go ahead and body Relics, make them know that we're serious. And I skipped the little outro there, so we don't get to see that. Notice save data, and we're going to continue. I'm not going to do any backup saves. Maybe that's a bad idea, but I'm not going to do it. But Grad is really good in this game just for his attack, but he's going to be his attack damage. But we're going to be using him mainly in this game with a few other characters sporadically. But essentially, this big bad Zaber you see sitting here, Zaber is just trying to take control of the kingdom. And the storyline's pretty good, but essentially it's just a bunch of backstabbing. And some very unexpected backstabbing. Like, even if you... I would say that this game is surprisingly well told, and although the English is funny, it's worth at least one playthrough. Now we're going to use team. Oh, don't kick my butt, Relixon. Don't do this. Team has some problems. Let's just say that for like balance wise. But this game essentially is really simple. You have your square attack, which is your quick attack. You have your triangle attack, which is your kind of power attack. And you have circle attack, which is spread attack. So it's almost like a shmup in that way, or like rock, paper, scissors, you can think of it. And then you have X for jump. You have guard with L1. R1 is dash, and then you have that's about it. So it's not too many buttons. But what you can do is you have a little energy meter. So during your attacks, when you're at far range, you can choose to mix and match the quick shot and the short shot to create some unique combinations. Okay, this Relix is... And then you can even combine all three to do your ultimate attack like this and completely whiff it like that. I'm just going to go for the safe kill here. There we go. Grad's ultimate attack, as you see, is extremely good. It's got all the sparkly colors and all the big damage. I tried to move over to not save, but that's fine. We got to back up now. Sometimes in this game, what makes this game extremely difficult is you'll have fights one after the other, where if I lose those fights, they're kind of like gauntlet fights, I will have to go back 2 or 3 stages. So from normal and hard difficulty, it actually provides quite a bit of a challenge. I'm getting a little bit of bad RNG with the way the enemies are acting. On Wake Up, they're not staying still, or they're running to the kind of the troll areas of the map. The hardest thing about this game is just dealing with where characters are going to run. Like this. Like, this is a new one for me. Just hanging out in the back over here. Accidental backup save. It happens. But there's some, like, during the gauntlet parts, you can't save, so you just go right to the next fight. And there's about 3 or 4 sections in this game that tend to give a lot of runners some trouble, just because it's a true survival match. Your health will actually carry over, and I'll talk about it when they come. They're pretty annoying. But essentially, when you get close to the enemy in this game, you're going to switch to the close combat mode. And so that's where you can do some of your combos. So I can do a quick attack, a heavy attack, or if I press circle, it'll do an attack that goes around the opponent. And I can, of course, then mix it with like dash cancels or guard cancels, things like that. This game actually has some real tech. But some characters like Angel are... they're kind of sus. So we only have to use her once, but we want to get our close attack and then see if we can just do the I did a super shield there. I'm going to do the bouncies. Please hit the bouncies. Okay, so Angeal is the bottom tier character in this game. The worst character, as you can see. My super attack just bounces, and it's actually so bad that it can bounce it can bounce on the ground and then over the opponent. So, I mean, you want to talk about top 10 bad supers in a video game, this might be number 1. Also, her normal attacks are floaty. They don't home well. She just really doesn't have anything, but you have to use her at this stage.
Do you have a second for a quick donation?
Oh, yeah, do it.
Sure. We had a $5 anonymous donation. It says, what a great run of Super Princess Peach, donating $5 towards the runner's choice of Peach for the Skyward Sword file name. Let's feed those kids. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword is the next run in the marathon, and there is a bid war going on until the very top of the hour to get the file name on. Currently, that's the only donation there. So if you also want to pump up Peach or get another file name, go and get some money, feed those kids.
Yeah, let's get more file names going. Definitely help feed the kids. Thank you for the donation. Hey. Oh my gosh, the relics. You're gonna see a lot of relics in the beginning here, by the way. Relics in general are the main enemy in this game, and they're actually decent. They use the same attack as one of the major characters in this game, but they're a little bit faster. But you don't fight any of the main bads or main allies until a little bit later in the run. And this is the first gauntlet stage, so we have to win this. Luckily, oh, you're going to use a super move. That's good. Go ahead and get hit by Whirlwind. Whirlwind will chase. Guard. Oh, nice. It whiffed. Yeah, Syria is one of those characters where if she's... This game is... What's the... I'm trying to think of the movie where you have the high ground, like Highlander. Like, actually having the high ground. You know, this is...
It's over, Anakin.
Yeah,
I have the high ground.
Yeah. You know, this is, you know, Star Wars. Like, if you are above them, you will cut them in half. You will win. And she's the same way. If she's standing above you and throws Whirlwind, and there's platforms that drop below, the Whirlwind will chase you almost indefinitely for the whole match. So she can do over half damage. However, if she's in the low ground and she's going to try and be like Anakin and jump up, it's not good. Though the Whirlwind will disappear, and she just doesn't have the damage. These are just damage points. We have to reach a certain amount of damage and then get killed during the enemy. I cannot pause during this cutscene. So this is also the biggest RNG in the game, depending on how fast the AI will kill us. So we have to make sure that we get killed in a quick fashion. So it's almost advantageous to take a little bit of damage before the fight. But yeah, team actually pulling through for us. That was a really good intermission fight. Yeah, there's a few other characters in this game that their supers won't go up platforms, but they'll fall down platforms. That's why the actual arena in this game is the biggest crutch of this arena fighter. Like, certain characters just have really bad matchups on certain arenas. And you probably could tell already that there's a lot of objects in the middle of the stage or around the stage. So in an actual versus match, the AI can kind of play like Ring Around the Posy with you. And you're just going to play cat and mouse for quite some time. That was full combo. That was actually really sweet. You know, like that. Just hanging out casually up top. Oh, don't hit me again. a little bit of a trolley situation here, okay? But we made it through. We made it through. There are some like ledges and places in this game where you can pop out of bounds. You won't be able to attack the enemy, but the enemy won't be able to attack you. And that's actually one of those spots up there. You could kind of see the screen was shaking when Relics did his dash attack up to the top. Yeah, if the AI had been like a pixel or two over, the character could actually pop beyond the castle walls, and then we would just had a stall. And you could technically soft lock in this game, but it's very uncommon. I would say I'm looking at my counter for this game. So out of like 600 attempts, we've had 2 soft locks. New Game Plus just lets me skip the cutscenes. So if you play this game normally without a save file, you have to watch all the cutscenes, which is I like it, but it adds an extra an hour to the game, hour and a half to the game. So, you know, if you're a speedrunner, it might be nicer to sometimes play the story mode a little bit quicker, so you can do more runs. However, a while back, even before I started running the game, I purposely hopped into the speedrun.com leaderboard, and I requested that they be split, because originally Amundsen did a run that was without cutscenes, and I said, yeah, there really should be a cutscene percent and a new game plus percent, because the cutscenes are golden. And it doesn't add any other advantage by having a save file. The only other thing is that you can use extra skins in this game if you have a save file and you've beaten arcade mode. Alright, we're using Mr. Ninja, Kuga-san. With the combo loops, let's go. There we go. Now we finally had a good Kuga. But what else is there to say about... Yeah, so you can use other skins. And so the skins that you can use for the character, you can actually have characters from the Dynasty Warriors games replace the ones in the Destrega. So it is a little cool secret in this game. Other secrets I'm not too aware of, so it's just that. But essentially, we're getting to the main part of the story now. There's a lot of betrayal, a lot of tears. But we're just it does have the main theme of the bad guy in the castle, the bad guy who took over the kingdom, is trying to unlock the secret relic that is Destrega. So whoever holds this relic basically has a lot of power. It's not ever really explained like why certain characters have certain powers. This one we just have to do a certain amount of damage, but we're having a really bad Milia fight. I just have to get close, and we'll be safe. Let's start a whirlwind. Don't do anything. I'm on the wrong side. Yeah, this fight, unfortunately, we start so close. So I'll throw... Oh my gosh. Milena is the character that I prefer, because she can... Her ultimate attack actually throws ice attacks behind the enemy. And she also has some of the best attack chains. We just have to do a little bit more damage here. There's the whirlwind attack. And this one can end in a stalemate. We don't actually have to get blown up, which is nice. But we're still doing really good on time. Yeah, unfortunately, I was at a little bit too much of a distance. and that's kind of where Melania excels in this game. She just has the long range attacks. Her power attack can actually freeze you and stun your character a little bit more. And she's one of the characters that gets a little bit of a advantage when she hides, because her ultimate is the icicle attacks, which basically appear out of a portal behind the enemy's head. So it's almost a guaranteed back attack. You have to do the energy dodge in this game. I don't do the energy dodge, by the way. The energy dodge is when you're at long range and you're charging your attack. If you hit guard, you'll then form a barrier around you. So you've probably noticed that the enemy will sometimes use it. But I generally want to hold my meter for the most part. Ooh. 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, ran away. We're going to guard. As you can see there, see the ice blocks do a little bit too much damage. We'll go for the finisher here. And we're going to move on to the next section. Some of the other interesting things about this game is that you can have some pretty good bonus combos, extended combos, by launching the enemy up and then doing your power attack or quick shot. You can juggle the enemy for a long time, and if the enemy's juggled long enough, you can basically make it a infinite combo. So there are combos that are 0 to death in this game. Not a lot of characters had them, but Surya-chan is actually one of the characters that potentially can do that, because her quick shot and her shots are so fast that she can combo into them. Relic's trying to get the high ground again. Ooh. I'm getting bullied by the relics today. Ooh, so yeah, relics super shot. It's probably good that we lost here, because this is actually a gauntlet battle. So we've got one more fight after this, and that ultimate shot, yes, it actually does shoot through the ground. That is not a bug or a glitch or anything. Oh my gosh. Using the dash attack to get around me. Alright, let's start whirlwind, please. Yes, there we go. Oh no. This won't be record now, but at least we can have a great fight. I don't know why the relics are really trying to stay up here and fight me. I think they've seen through my my plot. There we go. Excellent fight. And here's the second fight. We don't have to completely finish this relic off. We just have to do enough damage. Again, for some reason, the relics are trying to go to that little back area there. Ooh! Okay. Calm down. There we go. Now we have to die. Do your worst. Do your worst. Oh god, this RNG. Okay, thank you. Yeah, this point actually is probably one of the worst spots, and then there's one more that I would argue that's a little bit worse, because they have quote-unquote elite relics coming up. So the elite relics, Grad has to fight 2 of them. They just do more damage. They have some of Doyle's move, who will fight later, who's one of the, I guess you would say, like, is closer to like a boss character for when you consider his damage. But we have this section here where this is where the story kind of becomes interesting, because they've captured Doyle's son, and then they forced Doyle to, like, Doyle's supposed to be this like ultimate warrior for the kingdom, and we requested him originally, and he declined us. He said, "No, I'm not going to help you." But then Zobber said, "No, you have to help us, or we're going to, like, you know, off your son." So they've got Doyle's son in prison, and so Doyle is basically required to beat up all of us on the resistance side, which is which is a little unfair because Doyle's got some good attacks, has some good damage. It would have been nice if we could have played as Doyle during story mode. But his son is actually fights more like the relics. So both. Oh, what was that? I don't know what just happened, but the game broke for a second. There's a lot of weird things that could happen in that cutscene, to be fair. Like when Milena runs past us, it lags the cutscene. But I have never seen Doyle's art. Maybe yeah, this one lags. There's the lag. What? I don't know if anyone could clip that, but I've never seen. Maybe I just didn't notice, but I've never seen the arm bend that way before. I don't know what's happening. Oh no. That's great. That was great. He literally is like winding up his arm to attack us.
Let me know when you have a chance for another donation.
Oh, go ahead. I'm just going to kill this first relic.
We have a $25 donation from Beautiful Dandy. The donation goes towards the Skyward Sword HD file name Bonka S. Bonka S, which I'm very fond of because I have an emote called Bonka S on my channel. And so I'm going to put it in the chat. So thank you very much for the donation, Beautiful Dandy. Get those donations rolling in.
Yeah, so we actually got through the, yeah, thank you for the donation. Remember, it goes to supporting No Kid Hungry. Sorry. Sorry if there's children noises.
Is there a kid hungry?
There is a kid hungry.
Is that what I hear?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is actually a kid hungry. Right? So we're gonna play this quickly, and watch the donations come in to support the children across the world, including in my very own house. But yeah, so Doyle has now come back on our side because he essentially had to fight his own kid, and that was the thing that broke him, where he's like, okay, you know, anything but the kids. I'm not playing around here. You know, now you actually hurt my kid. So Doyle's in full revenge mode. And is one of the best characters in the game. You didn't think anybody knew this game? This game is more popular than you imagine. I think it's one of those games where everybody, at least at some point, knows somebody who owned this game, or may have secretly owned it if they had PlayStation or PlayStation 2. And then it's a fun game. I really enjoyed it. I still enjoy it. I think it's a solid fighter. Like I said, the only annoying part about this game is the platforms. There isn't like a final destination stage in this game. The closest thing to it is maybe the final castle, which we're actually coming up on. We're gonna fight Laon, the main guard of Zobber, and Laon is a very, very dangerous opponent, and unfortunately we're using team, so we just have to make sure that we can space ourselves well, and we'll try and do some extra damage here. We got back hit. Laon's attack also goes through walls, so ooh, has one of the best power attacks in the game. We're going to take L here. Similar jank, maybe. I love Unholy War as well. Both great games. Yeah, I actually associate both as well. I wonder why. It must just be that time where it's like these like awkward 3D polygon air, but somehow charming. Does that make sense? I don't know. I've always tried to explain that, not just today, but even on my channel. I'll always talk about how these, like, I actually like the weird 3D air. Like, it's somehow like kind of creepy, but kind of cool at the same time. You didn't know this game?
It's definitely of a time.
It's of a
right?
time,
like,
yeah.
there are dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of PS1 games that look exactly like this.
Yes.
So yeah, it's very yeah, definitely evokes that kind of, you know, mid 90s aesthetic. Late 90s, I guess.
Yeah, late 90s, mid 90s. That sounds about right. But it's somehow charming. It is definitely is of a time.
1998.
Yes. Yeah. All right, we're actually fighting Zobber, and we get to fight Zobber with Milena this time. Zobber doing the quick shots. The reason why, if you ask people who the best character of this game is, here we go. Hit him from behind. Let's go. They'll say Zobber. And that is purely because Zobber has a attack where he'll shoot missiles in the air, and they'll home back down on top of you. So, just really hard to deal with this character. Has one of the best ultimates in the game. Really good damage. The same level as Grad. I did do a just guard there, so when you just guard in this game, you can float attacks out of your way. Let's just down you. I don't know why I didn't get the damage. Is it really hard to go deathless in this? I would say it's a little bit difficult, yeah, because if you're trying to go fast, especially, you're gonna be trying to play risky a little bit. Most of the time, I'm trying to instantly go for a dash attack. The AI behaves very strangely sometimes, so there's no like true pattern for the AI. Sometimes they'll run all the way back to the stage, and thank you for the clip for Joyle's blender arm. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Okay. Other times, it'll go great. It's character dependent. Like Grad is S tier in this game. You can see if he back turns you, he can get an extra attack in. You get knocked down, and then you can just do your ultimate, and the enemy just kind of has to respect it. They can't even fully dodge it because the attack is so long. But then you have characters with like Angiel who they just don't have anything. But luckily we're on Falmal, the last fight, and time's going to be coming up on the final hit versus Falma. Falma's a pretty decent character from mid-range, kind of having the same thing that Doyle has with throwing flames on the ground, but Falma will throw light attacks. The real... Oh my gosh. Falma did not do... That is not Falma's ultimate by that. Is the magical spread shot, which actually goes through walls a little bit, so I was not expecting that. Well played, Falma. But it's time to... That's time! So, 29.58. That's not bad.
Underestimate.
It is underestimate, yeah. It is underestimate, and like I said, this game, yeah, Green Z Saber-san brings up a good point. Like, it is extremely hard to go deathless, and I wanted to show off a couple more combos, but for the most part, we got to show off and talk about what this game's about. I wish I could talk more about the story, but maybe that'll be a run for another day at the SpeedGaming Marathon. Definitely check this game out if you can. I will try, like I really will try and get this run on my channel in English after the marathon if you're interested. Like I said, just come hang out in the channel. I don't really have anything else to promote. I just want to say, thanks to Fiesel-san, thanks to all the Speed Gaming SAS, thank you to Tyler Saltzon for the intro and being an awesome commentator with me and just doing a great job with donation readings. I think this is the last time we're going to hear from him today. Other than that, I just want to say that if you're a fan of Speed Gaming, we actually have the Anime Speedrun Marathon coming up in May, from May 12th to May 14th. Definitely come to the main channel, come hang out with us for 3 days and celebrate anime gaming. We got a great community. The anime community is almost at a 1,000 members in Discord. We've got a lot of awesome support and awesome runners. We've had, Easy Escape-san just made his video about sagas, and we've just had a lot of momentum, a lot of really cool things to show off in the community that we hope we can show off in May. So yeah, if you're a runner of Speed Gaming or just a viewer, come hang out, come join us again. That's May 12th through May 14th, May 15th, depending on your time zone, if you're in Japan. So I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Don't worry, this song doesn't have any strike on it, but if you want to watch the credits, I'll let it play. If you want to switch me over. Thank everyone. I just want to shout out everyone for the GGs. Thank you, Ezer Finif-san for the GGs, Tyler Salt-san for the GGs, Final Crash-san for the GGs, Eldra-san for the GGs, Shaman Lu-san, Yeah Buddy, Lightweight-san, Dunwacky-san, Signut-san, Eyeball Day-san, and Greasesaber-san. Thank you everyone for the GGs and everyone in chat. Keep the donations coming for No Kid Hungry. Speed Gaming has been extremely supportive to all the communities I run, has always been doing good causes, and I'm very appreciative of them. So any support I can do this for, my community can do for them, let's go ahead and make sure that gets done, and we support them as much as we can, and the charities they're supporting. So
all right.
thank you.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much, DBcade, and thank you, Speed Gaming. I am out for the night. Going to be handing things over to the great Mocha Jones 10, but I'll be back tomorrow for a couple hours. So stick around for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword coming